Good morning, you lovely, lovely people. I've started about a minute early because on Tuesday, Facebook Live decided not to work. Typically, today, as I've started a little bit early, it started straight away. Never mind. Anyway, I hope everyone is well and that you've been reading lots, making the most of some time at home, trying to relax a little bit. Don't just do schoolwork and work all of the time. No good will come of it. The sun's shining today, so if you're lucky enough to have a little bit of bright space somewhere, then you can pop outside later and get some sun on your skin. That's what I'm going to try to do this afternoon after I've done some book deliveries, which I love. So, good morning, welcome. It's lovely to see everyone. I've got a good selection again today. I've got some real classic oldies, and then I've got a very, very new book which is due out today, I think, actually. So I'm going to start off with a really, really old one though, and you'll see how old it is when you see how battered it is. So it's Each Peach, Pear, Plum by Janet and Alan Allberg. It's my copy. So it's in a bit of a sorry state. It's kind of gone all yellow. It's got that nice dusty smell. It's not just me, is it? Do other people sniff books? I hope so. If it is just me, then I'm very embarrassed, but never mind. So Each Peach, Pear, Plum. So it's short, but it's a lovely one. And I'll show you the pictures so you can see what's going on. Each peach, pear, plum, I spy Tom Thumb. Can you see him? Very good. Tom Thumb in the cupboard, I spy Mother Hubbard. Mother Hubbard down the cellar, I spy Cinderella. Cinderella on the stairs, I spy 3 bears. Good, Laurie. I'm glad that you like the smell of a book as well, and it's not just me. 3 bears out hunting, I spy Baby Bunting. Baby Bunting, fast asleep. I spy Bo Peep up the hill. I spy Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill in the ditch. I spy the wicked witch. Wicked witch over the wood. I spy Robin Hood. Robin Hood in his den. I spy the bears again. 3 bears still hunting. They spy Baby Bunting. Morning, Adrian Pepper and Alice. Baby Bunting safe and dry. I spy Plum Pie. Plum Pie in the sun. I spy everyone. Wouldn't that be a great picnic to go to with all those characters? And they've eaten all of the pie. Okay. Number 1. Second one is Tyrannosaurus Drip by Julia Donaldson, and this book is illustrated by David Roberts. I've got the little Let's Read copy, but you can get it as a full book. You can get it obviously as a proper picture flat as well, published by Macmillan. These ones are really good actually if you are just learning to read, because they've separated out the words from the pictures, so it's not quite so busy if you want to read it yourself. Let's see what happens with Tyrannosaurus Drip. I should wiggle a bit so that you can see the pictures. In a swamp beside a river, where the land was thick with veg, lived a herd of duck-billed dinosaurs who roamed the water's edge. And they hooted up with rivers, and they hooted up with reeds, and they hooted up with bellyfuls of juicy water weeds. Now, across the rushy river, on a hill on the other side, lived a mean Tyrannosaurus with his grim and grisly bride. And they shouted, up with hunting. And they shouted, up with war. And they shouted, up with bellyfuls of duck-billed dinosaur. But the two Tyrannosauruses, so grisly, mean and grim, couldn't catch the duck-billed dinosaurs because they couldn't swim. And they muttered, down with water. And they muttered, down with wet. And they muttered, what a shame that bridges aren't invented yet. Now, a little Compsognathus, but for short we'll call her Comp, found a duck-bill egg and stole it from a nest beside the swamp. And she swam with it and ran with it and murmured, Shiver Me! And won't the baby Comps be thrilled with duck-bill egg? For she dropped the egg in terror and went running for her life from the mean Tyrannosaurus and his green and grisly wife. And the duck-bill egg went rolling, and at last it came to rest in, of all unlikely places, the Tyrannosaurus nest. Now the mother T had great big jaws and great enormous legs, but her brain was rather little, and she couldn't count her eggs. And she sang, hatch out, my terrors, with your scaly little tails, and your spiky little toothies, and your scary little nails. Out hatched babies 1 and 2 as perfect as could be, but Mother T was horrified by baby number 3. And she grumbled, he looks weedy. And she grumbled, he looks weak. And she grumbled, what long arms, and look, his mouth is like a beak. He just needs feeding up, said Dad, and gave the babe some meat. The first she gulped and guzzled, but the third refused to eat. And he said, I'm really sorry. And he said, I simply can't. And he said, his meat looks horrible. I'd rather eat a plant. A plant? Yelled Mum in horror, and Dad said, get a grip. His sisters found a name for him, Tyrannosaurus Drip. And they shouted, up with hunting. And they shouted, up with war. And they shouted, up with bellyfuls of duck-billed dinosaur. Poor Tyrannosaurus Drip tried hard to sing along, but the others yelled, you silly Drip, you've got the words all wrong. For he hooted, down with hunting, and he hooted, down with war, and he hooted, down with bellyfuls of duck-billed dinosaur. Drip's sisters soon grew big enough to hunt with Dad and Mum, but they turned on Drip and told him, you're not fierce enough to come. And he cried, they've gone without me. And he cried, alack-a-day. And he cried, this doesn't feel like home. I'm going to run away. So he ran off to the river, where he saw a lovely sight, a herd of duck-billed dinosaurs, all hooting with delight. And they hooted up with rivers, and they hooted up with reeds, and they hooted up with bellyfuls of juicy water weeds. As he stood there on the bank, a sudden urge took hold of him, and he jumped into the water and discovered he could swim. And the duckbills came to greet him by the rushy river's edge. And they hooted, nice to see you, and they hooted, have some veg. And Drip, who was delighted that they hadn't run away, ate bellyfuls of water weeds and played with them all day. Then he gazed into the river and he asked them, who, oh who, is that creature in the water? And they laughed and said, it's you. That night the lightning crackled and the storm blew down the tree. It fell across the river and the T's cried out, yippee! And they shouted, up with hunting, and they shouted, up with war, and they shouted, up with bellyfuls of duck-billed dinosaur. Drip's sisters stepped onto the bridge, but then began to frown, for there in front of them stood Drip, who yelled, look out! Look down! And they looked into the water, and they each let out a yelp. One cried, water monsters! And the other one cried, help! Their mother scolded, nonsense! And she joined them on the tree. Then she looked into the water and exclaimed, oh, good gracious me! The three of them stood trembling, and Dad said, get a grip. You're all as drippy as Tyrannosaurus Drip. He strode onto the bridge and scoffed, I bet there's nothing there. Then he looked into the water and jumped into the air. and how the duckbills hooted when he landed with a crash and the big tree bridge broke and 4 Tyrannosaurus went splash. And spluttering and clinging to the branches of the tree, they went whooshing down a waterfall and all the way. And the duckbills hooted happily. They hooted, hip, 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 hooray, for the heroic, one and only duckbill Drip. Cute, eh? Very cute. Okay, this one. This is Gus. This is one of my faves. It's by Chris Chatterton, published by Macmillan again. Gus is pulling the kind of face that I'm finding myself pulling quite a lot at the moment. A stern face. Should we see what Gus gets up to? He's called the grumpiest dog in town. Can you believe? This is Gus. Gus doesn't like much of anything. Gus doesn't like being petted. Gus doesn't like going for a walk. He doesn't like fetching sticks or balls. And he certainly doesn't like making new friends. Gus doesn't like birthdays either. He doesn't like cake. He doesn't like balloons. And he doesn't like presents. That was until I arrived. Now Gus loves birthdays. He likes bath time. He likes hide and seek. And he really likes hugs. Almost as much as he likes sausages. He likes the smell of sausages. He likes the shape of sausages. But most of all, he likes the taste of sausages. And he isn't the only one. But Gus absolutely, definitely doesn't like to share. Sometimes I think Gus doesn't like anything except sausages and me. I did do a bit of sharing. I'm to read you the brand new one next. This is very exciting. So this brand new book is by Tracy Caldroy and illustrated by Tony Neal. It's published by Little Tiger Press and it is called Impossible. Let's see what happens. Impossible. On the sunniest street in the busiest city, Dog ran a neat little laundry. He whistled as he washed his customers' clothes and hung them on the rooftop to dry. But the city was noisy, even at night. At bedtime, Dog turned on his cosy ocean nightlight. It filled his dreams with the soft, gentle swish of the sea. If only he could visit the real ocean, but it was just too far away. Instead, Dog made little boats and read thrilling tales of the sea. Then one day, he discovered a brand new washing powder. Ocean magic for seaside freshness with every wash. He couldn't wait to try it out. Dog poured in the powder and the clothes began to swirl. Soon the smell of the seaside filled his flat. The hot sun, the salty waves, golden sand. Magical, Dog smiled. It felt like he was really there. But that wasn't all. A crab? Cried Dog. Goodness, that's impossible. Oh, groaned the crab dizzily. Oh, I feel sick. Dog dashed to the rescue with a fresh pot of tea. However did you get here? He asked. Crab shrugged. 1 minute I was on my beach. Then, like magic, I was in your washing machine. He gulped down his tea. Right, home time, said Crab. Can I borrow your bike? Of course, agreed Dog. But will your feet reach the pedals? So post me instead, cried Crab. You get squashed, sputtered Dog. I shall walk then, announced Crab, scuttling to the door. Wait, it's miles, gasped Dog. Look. He pointed to a map on the wall and sighed. Oh, I've always wanted to go to the seaside myself, but it's too far for me to drive. It's impossible. I've got it, beamed Crab. Let's drive there together. A road trip. It will be fun. I'm not sure, began Dog, but he longed to see the ocean and to help Crab too. Dog sat and listened all night to Crab's plans. Let's give it a go, he said finally. Early next day, Dog hopped in the van to deliver his customs washing. But when he got back, the suitcase was all packed and waiting. Dog gasped. It was one thing to say he'd go, but quite another to actually do it. It's impossible, he said sadly. I can't leave. I'm sorry. It's only impossible if you say it is. Can't we try? And so they did. We're off, cheered Dog. This road trip just might be possible after all. Dog and Crab travelled for weeks and weeks. They drove through dark caves, across giant waterfalls, and every day they added special memories to their map. Rickety bridge, dark cave, picnic, waterfall, mountain selfie. Then one day they climbed a mountain to the top of the world. Oh, Crab, exclaimed Dog. I never knew there was so much to see. They met others on their journey too. I used to be scared of heights, Mouse smiled, but look at me now, right up here. And I always got in a flat, said Flamingo, but now I can do anything, except put up tents on windy mountains. That's impossible. Only if you say it is, chuckled Dog, and together they had the tent up in no time. That night, Dog and Crab were warm and snug as the wind howled around them. By morning, all was calm, but the road to the ocean was blocked. Dog and Crab had come so far. We can move that tree, can't we, Crab? Asked Dog. We'll finish our journey, won't we? But Crab knew that this time it really was impossible. Dog, the thing is, he began, when, vroom, it was Flamingo in her monster truck. Let's get this tree shifted, she called. Soon, Dog and Crab were on their way again. Follow that seaside breeze, said Crab. So they did just that, on and on, until... The ocean, whooped Dog. Home, cheered Crab. We did it, Dog. We did it. At last, it was time to explore. Dog flew kites. He jumped waves. He built castles in the sand. And the pale blue fish that once flickered from his nightlight now swam around him in all the colours of the rainbow. How Dog wished he could stay forever, but every holiday has an end. Oh, I must go back, he sighed, to my job and my home. But you love it here, cried Crab. Dog nodded. But to stay is impossible. Then he stopped. It's only impossible if I say it is, gasped Dog. On the sunniest beach by the calmest ocean, Dog and Crab now run the most magical cafe. And together, nothing is impossible. It's like a nice place to go. It's a beautiful story. Absolutely. Okay, before I read this one, it's a bit naughty. Not me. I'm never naughty. This is old as well. So this is Little Rabbit Foo Foo by Michael Rosen. As you can see, it's published by Walker Books, illustrated by Arthur Robbins. The illustrations are brilliant in this. The whole book is comedy genius. But before I start reading it to you, no bopping anything on the head. Okay? Promise? Little Rabbit Foo Foo. Little Rabbit Foo Foo riding through the forest, scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head. Down came the good fairy and said, Little Rabbit Foo Foo, I don't like your attitude, scooping up the field mice and popping them on the head. I'm going to give you 3 chances to change, and if you don't, I'm going to turn you into a goonie. Oh, I'm sorry, forgotten how to do pages. Little Rabbit Foo Foo riding through the forest, scooping up the wriggly worms and popping them on the head. Down came the good fairy and said, Little Rabbit Foo Foo, I don't like your attitude, scooping up the wriggly worms and popping them on the head. You've got 2 chances, and if you don't, I'm going to turn you into a goonie. Little Rabbit Foo Foo riding through the forest, scooping up the tigers and popping them on the head. Down came the good fairy and said, Little Rabbit Foo Foo, I don't like your attitude, scooping up the tigers and popping them on the head. You've got 1 chance left to change, and if you don't, I'm going to turn you into a goonie. Little Rabbit Foo Foo riding through the forest, scooping up the goblins and popping them on the head. Oh! Down came the good fairy and said, Little Rabbit Foo Foo, I don't like your attitude, scooping up the goblins and popping them on the head. You've got no chances left, so I'm going to turn you into a goonie. Pow! That's the lesson from that story. No bopping things on the head or you'll end up in a goonie. And not a hey you guys goonie. A goonie. You don't want that. No. Alright, I'm going to finish with some poems from the Book of Nonsense. So on Tuesday I read you some nonsense poems by Edward Lear. This is the Big Book of Nonsense by Colin West. There it is. I cannot remember. I have to tell you, see, who's published it and everything. It was published by Hutchinson. There you go. And the illustrations as well by Colin West. It's very clever. So I'm going to read you a selection of these ones. They're fun. So this one is called Old Shiver Me Timbers. Arr. Old Shiver Me Timbers, the seafaring cat, was born on the edge of the ocean, and his days, just to prove that the world isn't flat, are spent in perpetual motion. Old Shiver Me Timbers, the nautical cat, has seen every port of the Atlas. First feline he was to set foot in Rabat, and place which was hitherto catless. Old Shiver Me Timbers, the seafaring cat, has numbered as 77 the times that he's chartered his cold cat and steered by the stars. Old Shiver Me Timbers, the nautical cat, lost the scent of the sea on his whiskers. So it isn't surprising to hear him say that he doesn't give a hoot for hibiscus. Old Shiver Me Timbers, the seafaring cat, has travelled aboard the Queen Mary. I saw him last Saturday coming up at Calais with a cross-channel ferry. Old Shiver Me Timbers, the nautical cat, has spent his whole life on the ocean. Yet how he acquired that old admiral's hat, I honestly haven't a notion. Very silly. Who doesn't like silly though? Silly is good. This one's called Percy and the Python. Poor Percy met a python once when walking in the jungle, and being something of a dunce, he made a fatal bungle. He went to stroke its scaly skin, as from a tree it dangled. Alas, before he could begin, the python left him strangled. It then went on to crush to pulp his body very neatly, until with one enormous gulp it swallowed him completely. This story shows that such a snake should always be avoided, so do not make the same mistake as this unfortunate boy did. Just read these to make myself chuckle, really. Ooh, I put in bookmarks now, I can't find any of them. This one is called Flying Pizzas from Outer Space. That'd be good, wouldn't it? It just kind of appeared. Pizzas are coming from outer space. They're flying and falling all over the place. They float on the breeze and zoom over trees. They land with a splat to my face. Pizzas from Pluto, pizzas from Mars, with cheese from the moon and dust from the stars. I've had a whole heap of these pizzas. Pizzas that fall from the sky. Pizzas that hover and quiver, then land with a whack in my eye. Pizzas from Venus, pizzas from Mars, with Jupiter toppings and dust from the stars. One day I may open a parlour that serves up these pizzas from space. Till then I'll just eat them whenever they land with a plop in my face. Pizzas from Saturn, pizzas from Mars, with Mercury pastry and dust from the stars. One, oh, where is it? This is another piratey one. Do you like a pirate? Percy the pirate. Very good name for a pirate, I think. Here he is. Does he look piratey to you? Maybe. When people think of pirates, they think of strapping men with cutlasses and whiskers and names like Jake or Ben. But Percy was a pirate, more fearsome than the rest, although he had no muscles or hairs upon his chest. For Percy's secret weapon no brute could ever beat. He never was without it, his pair of smelly feet. When he was out marauding, his foes he would outfox by rapidly removing his boots and then his socks. Woo! And then he'd do a handstand and wave his feet aloft, and so upon the ozone would whiff with gentle waft. His victims' eyes would water, their noses they would sniff, then forcefully the fellows would catch the pungent whiff, and falling down like ninepins, they'd all be knocked out cold, and Percy would relieve them of jewellery and gold. Yes, Percy was the pirate no brute could ever beat, who owned a ton of treasure, thanks solely to his feet. Cheesy feet though. Ugh. Disgusting. Okay. One more. This is called Archibald's Progress. There's Archibald in the middle. You can make your own decisions about what you think of him. Archibald liked pulling faces. All day long he'd make grimaces, and at school he taunt his teachers with contortions of his features. Sitting at his school desk smugly, once he pulled a face so ugly that he gave poor Miss Mackenzie cause to fly into a frenzy. Mouth wide open, how revolting, tongue protruding, how insulting, puffed out cheeks and wrinkled forehead. Archibald looked really horrid. Thus it was the nasty creature so provoked his gentle teacher, that she, driven to distraction, took at once most drastic action. Pelting him with books, she dented Archie's head till he repented, and agreed that when at places such as school, he'd not pull faces. Let us now praise Miss Mackenzie, she who flew into a frenzy, and in just one scripture session made a permanent impression. It's been a morning of silliness today, hasn't it? Which I think is absolutely fine. Thank you very much for joining me today. Bank holiday tomorrow. Woo! Long day at home. Enjoy it. If you're having time off, make the most of it. It's lovely. I think the weather's going to be nice. A little bit of sunshine is always good. And I will see you next week. You know this bit always takes me a little while, so bear with. So bad.